everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Mbti, your personal and career development consultant. So today I'll be focusing on key elements that can help you to improve yourselves in terms of your career plans and how best to have that awareness that can help you to, jumpstart your future career with certain tools that can make you stand out in the workplace as well. So, with that being said, I would like to bring attention to some of the issues that come up whenever I want to have a career plan done. One of the issues is usually having clarity on our skills and clarity on some of the personalities that we have as individuals, right? So, it's very important that we identify by making an introspection of what can help us build ourselves more. With that being said, I would like to say that most of us don't know some of our skills that will help us stand out in the workplace, and it's very important that most people have that awareness. So if you are able to identify the skills that you have, that means you have successfully started your plan. Then apart from your skills, your personality, if you're able to identify your personality as an individual, that means you have been able to understand the kind of workplace that you want to work in and how best to manage people in the workplace. Now let's now go forward. So for you to understand your skills, it's very important that you are able to have a breakdown of what you've been able to obtain from the higher institution, or probably from certain skill acquisition centers that you have undergone training with. Then after you have done that, at least you have clarity on what skills you have within industries, right? And one of the instruments that I would recommend everyone to use to have clarity on the exact skills that he or she has within a particular industry will be to use a job recruitment platform, probably using LinkedIn, Jobberman, and some other platforms. So with that done, you'll be able to understand that okay, this is industrial skills that you have that can help you build your future career and have a successful career in that industry. But if you are able to create a profile and see that okay, you are still not having the skills that will make you a job fit or make you meet the requirement of that industry, that means you have to have a plan on building skills within that industry. To do that, you need to identify the platform that can help you to build those skills, right? So we have several platforms, we have a lot. So you could just look up on Udemy, Coursera, and Open Learning. There are so many of them. Yeah, I can't list all of them. I can't remember all of them. But then you have to take your time, do more research. You can do skills based on industries, like gain skills based on industry. Probably want to go into the oil and gas industry, right? So you have to probably undergo courses on project management and series of courses that can help you probably have an awareness about the oil and gas industry. Then maybe you want to go into ICT, right? So you could just probably gain short skills on Python, JavaScript, a lot of programming, courses that can help you boost your profile and give you the needed skills along the line. Same goes to marketing, same goes to sales, and accounting. So you just try and build yourself within the skills required. So if you're able to understand the skills that you have and the skills that you're not having, and probably start working towards gaining them, that means you're already a very huge step ahead towards having your future career. Then another thing you need to take note of is awareness about your personality traits. Most of us don't regard our personality characteristics as something that can help us to stand out in the workplace, but it's very important that we take note of them. So that brings us to the different types of personality traits. We have two categories that most people have to undergo to know the kind of personality they have. The first is the big five, or five model personality traits. Then we also have Myer-Briggs type indicator, MBTI, which will help you to understand some of the internal and external traits you have. Then I would like to explain all of them, right? So I'll just give you a brief explanation about each and every one. So with that of the big five, or five model personality traits, we have openness. So openness is all about understanding. If you are someone that is very receptive to new ideas and want to learn, probably you are an individual that want to be creative and probably think outside the box, right? That means you are open to new ideas and you want to, come up with innovative solutions for the workplace. Then conscientiousness. This now has to do with your behavior, how your understanding about your behavior and how it affects others. So you have to probably be aware about the certain behaviors you have and how it can impact people around you. So that this conscientiousness personality trait will help you in that direction. Then agreeableness. How well are you able to, conform with what others believe? Your level of conformity and your ability to be very people oriented, or probably a selfless individual in the workplace. Probably you shouldn't have strings attached whenever you want to have a job done, or you shouldn't expect much from colleagues at times whenever you think that you are doing a teamwork. So are you someone that has that ability, or someone that has that trait? Then extroversion. Are you sociable? Are you action oriented? Are you someone that is probably uh, the life of the party? Like they say, are you someone that is going to be very, let's say, going to lead the conversation at some point? Or are you going to be lagging behind in terms of conversation? So you have to understand where you are in this aspect of personality traits. Then the next is neuroticism. So neuroticism has to do with your reaction towards situations, right? So how do you react to negative moments? You have to understand how you react whenever you see a situation, or whenever there's an uproar in a gathering. How do you react? How do you resolve the situation? Are you solution oriented? Are you someone that will bring up viable solution to an issue? So you have to know where you stand in the personality traits. So those are the big five. Next is Myer-Briggs types indicator, which is known as MBTI. So MBTI is categorized into 8, but there are 16 in total, right? So I'm going to exclude the extroversion and the introversion in the explanation. They are self-explanatory, and I'll explain some of them in the big five already. So the sensing has to do with impression, the impression that you gain towards feeling physical object, or having a physical interaction with things. So what impression do you gain from it? So you have to understand how you are how sensitive it is to you whenever you have feeling with, or contact with object, or probably activities. The intuition. I just want that is future oriented and imaginative. So I just want that probably want to think outside, beyond now, and focus on the future as well. So if you're someone that wants to think about the future, that means you're having good score on sensing personality trait. So intuition personality trait, I mean. So that means you are thinking beyond the now and focusing on the future. Then next is thinking. Are you focusing on being objective? Are you someone that is objective in nature, or are you someone that is probably looking at things based on your belief? Are you working on your belief? Are you working on the reality? So that's what thinking has to do. Then feeling. Do you assess things based on sympathy? Some people could be like sympathetic towards people in the workplace, and be like, oh, Johnny cannot do that. I know him. He's probably having a dull moment, and even with that, people be like, no, they trust this person, right? I just want that is always having that trait of being sympathetic and attaching personal feelings to situation. So you have to know yourself, you have to know the kind of person you are. Then judging. Do you like working in a neatly organized place? Are you someone that is used to a pattern, or you want to work with the flow that the office brings up? So you have to know this to understand if you are suitable in certain work environments. So that is why it's very important to identify with all the personality traits. Then next, the last amongst the Myer-Briggs types indicator is perceiving. Flexibility with workflow. So this is like the reverse of judging. So are you non-judgmental? Are you going to be, adaptive in nature, in the sense that whenever you see development happening in the workplace, that you just go with the flow? So these personality traits are so important that it will help you and guide you in whatever you want to do. In your career plan, like in my MBA program, what we do is this: we plan for our career based on our personality trait. So we had to do Indigo assessments. Indigo is a paid platform that is being used for big five mostly. So you'll be able to use it to assess yourself, to know your personality, your traits, and everything, so for you to understand the characteristics that makes you flow with people, and how flexible you are with people, how open you are, and how your personality can affect others. How do you channel your personality in a very positive way that it will immensely contribute to the progress of your workplace? So that is why you need to know your personality traits, so that you'll be having clarity on on the characteristics you have as a person. So that's basically the essence of it, and to help you plan your future career as well. So that means whenever you're having a career plan, you have your goals, right? You have your key performance indicator. You also have your personality trait to see, okay, this personality trait aligns with your skills. Alongside your goals, you have your skills. I didn't mention that. So you have to have your skills. Then the skills that align with your personality traits, you have to target along to say, okay, these skills goes along with my personality trait. And you have an industry you have in mind. So you make sure that industry too has that kind of work environment you're looking out for based on your personality trait. So they all going hand in hand: your skills, your personality traits, and your goals, as well as your industrial focus. So you have to know those things, all these things off heart, so that it will help you build your career goals as well. So that is the little I can share for now. Thank you for listening and watching. So the next segment will be focused on education, particularly an overseas education opportunity platform that can help you to improve your academic experience and help you to stand out in your future career. So stay tuned, and I'll be working towards providing solutions towards your academic advancement. I remain Ibezimako Nkwogu. Bye.